you to give me your name and spell it for me, please.
Alabama Mike, ALABAMAMIKE.
Got a last name?
Benjamin, capital BENJAMIN.
Alabama Mike Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
So nice and honored to be here to talk with you. And first of all, let me congratulate you on receiving the 2022 Jus Blues. Let me make sure I get it right. You got the Muddy Lifetime Achievement Award. And I mean, you know, tell me, how does it feel to receive a award such as this guy Muddy Waters' name attached to it?
When I saw the Muddy, that really got my attention. First of all, when I got the call from Mr. Charles telling me that it was actually caught me kind of off guard, and he said, "Listen, I just want to congratulate you. You've been nominated, for the Muddy Jus Blues Award." Man, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Because I understood what it meant, and I'm really proud to be honored by my peers. Because in music, in this music, most of the time you feel like you're just out here and you're working and you don't receive no recognition or exposure from certain groups that you feel like they should be getting exposure from, but that doesn't matter. This supersedes all of that to me, and that's what it meant to me when I got the call.
Well, for those of us who are unfamiliar with you, tell us a little bit about Alabama Mike Benjamin.
I was born and raised in Talladega, Alabama, and hence the name Alabama Mike. And growing up, I was exposed to music, live music through gospel music. That my dad, a quartet singer, and he traveled around across the southeastern United States, and that's how I got exposed to live music and singing, because I wanted to be like him, But after that, growing up, and it's just something that I put behind me. Never thought about singing, doing anything like that, but especially for a career. I just wanted to get out of Talladega, Alabama. That was my main goal, and so through the military and whatnot, I wound up in California, which I'm coming from. There's a lot of southern soul, and soul blues is the thing. And during the time I was raised, they kind of had got away from the deeper blues, But when I got to California, it still was people. I was exposed to a lot of deep blues in California, which is unbelievable. But that's where my main exposure got started at, and where I kind of learned, like, I want to do this. I want to try it. To what level, to what degree, it didn't matter. I just wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
So what age when you got bitten by the bug?
Bitten out about 25, 26.
Okay.
And I'm 58 now. Those.
Okay. So do you think you made the right decision?
Yeah, yes, I did. I'm glad I was able to, I worked a job most of my life, and just recently, a few years, well, maybe 5 years ago, I stopped driving truck and been able to pursue the business full time. But I always had a job and working, and so that kind of kept me, I wasn't able to apply myself the way I should have earlier. But I had responsibilities. But now I'm able to do it. So yeah, it is the right choice for me now. I'm ready to do this. Yeah.
So tell us your music. Where has it taken you thus far? In terms of your performing and recording and things of that nature.
Well, I've been able to record and do some of my own personal songs, which is very important to me, to get my own story out there. And then I've collaborated with a lot of, other blues musicians that are in the industry, real big names in the industry, So that in itself is one of the things. Also, I've been able to travel. I've been to South America, I've been to Europe, I've been to, Canada and Mexico. I've been places that I wouldn't have been able to maybe go on my own, but the music has taken me. Now, mind you, my music has been out a long time before I got a chance to go out and catch up with it. And that's really where it's going. I got a lot of new projects coming up, some video stuff, and because it's a media-driven business now. So I'm just kind of converting my stuff over to be more and more media-driven. So that's why I am with it now.
Okay, well, how has COVID, it's affected pretty much, the entire industry? How has it affected you, positively or negatively?
Well, I learned that at that point, I learned just how much the business has changed into a media-driven, because everything was virtual for so long. And then I learned how different ways to thrive. Like it has to be a part of your, how you, if you're an independent artist, and the big labels, they're media driven. So if you're an independent artist, you got to do everything the big labels are doing, as far as media driven. So that's what got me to, because I was able to get some funding doing stuff virtual. In other countries and other stuff I was doing virtual, so it made it. But now coming back, there has been a shakeup, and because we lost so many blues, so many of our elder, blues people, blues statesmen and whatnot, so many of them. So it has provided opportunities for me to do stuff, step up, and carry it on. And that's just the way the normal life cycle is. But yes, it did affect it in a mighty way.
Well, let's back up a little bit. You mentioned that when the executive director of the Jus Blues Music Foundation, Mr. Charles Mitchell, called you up and told you about you had been nominated and was going to receive this award. Why is that important to artists such as yourself to get a phone call like that?
Well, I'll tell you what. Being a black person and black blues, black and blues is it's not a very something that a person would strive to be involved in if he want to get rich. You know what I mean? So most of the people that doing this stuff, they doing it out of passion, they doing it out of love, and they doing it from their heart and soul. And a lot of times that don't go over with people that are trying to make money. And you don't get the exposure. You don't get the recognition. You know what I mean? But I feel like in the scope of things, that we need to be more involved with one another as a culture to, and I love what they're doing. They've been doing this for quite some time now, and I'm glad to be a part of it now. But going forward, I will be supported in any way I can now, because it's almost a thing now that I got to do. And I think a lot of others feel like that too. So, but it really made me feel like, look, somebody is appreciating what I'm doing, and that's what I felt.
So do you feel it's important for organizations or foundations such as Jus Blues to thrive and survive and garner support from our community or from our people?
Very important, because you have created something that is very, very important, and from my standpoint, very successful. A lot of participation from the top to the bottom, and people are looking into that, and whether you want to know it or not, they're trying to figure out how you can get a handle on it and control it, because that's just the way that people operate when they see black people coming together and doing things. And the blues has been like, it's been kind of shunned and turned away from the black crowd, as I'm, from what I've known in my generation. But this it's got a platform that can shine the light on another generation, it's what it needs. And I believe that Jus Blues as an organization can spearhead something like that to bring it back full circle and with the younger audiences.
So you feel it's important for the young people to get a taste of what we're doing here with Jus Blues?
Almost definitely. They need to see what we're doing, and they see the older generation say they do care about us. They do care about our culture. They didn't just mess everything up. They did get it right. They finally got around to doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And it's the legacy that should be protected, should be passed on to the next generation. That's what I feel now. And I see this organization doing that. I was happy when I got the call. I wanted to be a part of it as much as I, could. I've heard about it in the past, but I've just never been able to participate. And I'm just so happy that I'm able to do that.
Well, now you're here. You have arrived, and congratulations again on receiving the Jus Blues Money Award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.